welcome to the road trip. It's just me for a bit, but I should have a couple more people joining me. Had some audio issues, so we shall see how this thing goes. It is, what time is it? It is, what was I gonna say? It is FA Cup, FA Cup time. FA Cup time. It is FA Cup weekend. I'll see if I can put, maybe I can put a game up so we can see what's going on. So how you guys doing? We got Stefan has joined us. Welcome, Stefan, to the show. I think Stefan's team is playing today, right? Yeah, I think they are. Let's see what's on the tapped for this morning. So it is 10 o'clock. First game's off already. Queens Park Rangers against Bournemouth, Southampton, Walsall, Watford, Chesterfield, Newport County, Eastleigh, Plymouth Argyle, Sutton United, Stoke City, Brighton. Who else we got? Blackburn Rovers and Cambridge United, Gillingham FC and Sheffield United, Hull City, Birmingham City, and Norwich City and Bristol Rovers. Those games have just kicked off. So, oof, as they say, a large slate of games already have started. Let's see, what can I do here? I will pick a game. Oh, I'll check the scores. Let's get the scores going, right? Let's get the scores going. Oh well, a lot of games have already completed. Wow, wow. Oh, no wonder Stefan is here. Yeah, Stefan is here because Stefan Ipswich has won 3-1 over Wimbledon, and that was on the road. Coventry beats Oxford United 6-2 at home. Maidstone beat Stevenage 1-0 at home. Millwall had wasn't able to get past Leicester 2-3. Newcastle beats Sunderland early today, and all these other games. So it sounds like that Newcastle has returned at least to winning ways. I've got who? Oh, we've got in the stage. Let's see who we got here. Mr. Tom, how you doing?
Hello.
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 All right. I had audio problems before, but he sounds much better right now.
I can't
Perfect.
see myself. 1 second.
It still sounds low, like you're far away. And we
Mm,
also have with us today, what's his name? Yeah, Spencer. But he doesn't look like he's calling us from the floor. What's going on?
Man, she's watching some like murder mystery downstairs, so I was like, you go ahead and have it.
Oh, right.
I
Got
don't
kicked
know.
out of the kicked out of the couch area.
If there's any National Enquirer stories, she'll watch it. So I was like,
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what, you go ahead.
Cool, cool. We've got Mom's in the house. Welcome to the show. Mom's joining us this morning. Oh, Brenny's over here. Brenny, welcome to the show. We'll be chatting about the football and stuff. Yes, Stefan says hello to Evelina and Happy New Year. Yes, Happy New Year to everybody. Did we have a show? Guess we didn't have a show, right? Because this is the first show of the year. So welcome everybody to the show. Happy New Year. Hope you had a good Happy New Year's Eve, and the year has started good for you. Um, all right, Mr. Tom. Any
hello.
any of these New Year's resolutions you got going on for the
Oh
new
my
year?
god, I have so many. Right, the main one was I'm going to be more aggressive.
You're gonna be more aggressive.
More aggressive.
To what?
Everything.
Everything. All right. I
Everything.
did see you communicating with somebody in Twitter about they wanted to have you come on. I think it's a Newcastle fan.
Yeah. And I was like, nah, man. Sorry, man. I'm
He's like,
already
you got to talk to my
booked.
people. I'm booked.
I'm already booked.
Cool, cool.
But John's a really nice guy, to be
No, no,
fair
I've
to him. Like, I
listened to
felt
him.
really bad for him.
I don't think I've been on a show with him, but I watched him on some of the shows I've watched. So yeah,
He's a great lad. He's a great
yeah.
lad.
Want to
And
say hello to Taib has joined us as well. Taib, welcome to the show. Um, And
I was very close to big leaguing you, Gary, and being all like, oh, fuck the road trip. No, I'm only joking. I'm only joking. I'd never do that. I'd never do
it's
that.
still
I
low,
wouldn't do it to
Spencer. Does he
Spencer.
sound low to
I
you? Or is it
wouldn't.
just me?
He sounds fine.
He sounds fine. So what is
The
it?
I think
same
it's
amount
your
of.
audio.
You
sir.
sound louder than him, so I don't know.
It's the normal amount of waffle we get from Mr. Tom.
No. I mean
Right.
volume. I mean volume, not nonsense, because that's always at peak.
It's the normal amount of waffle at the normal amount of sound at the normal amount of.
You sound louder now, so I don't know what you just did.
Moved closer.
So yeah, maybe I don't know what it is.
It's the couch.
I'm literally on top of the microphone.
No, I hear you.
We literally went from
to
the
me.
couch.
It sounds low. Maybe I'm getting old. Maybe it's me. So Spencer, any New Year's resolutions for you?
I mean, we just finally took Christmas tree down today. So, but I mean, I'm just working out. Like, I'm doing normal stuff. The biggest resolution was just to watch a little bit what I eat. I was enjoying the sweets a little too much in 2023, so we're trying to get away from those. And that's it. I mean, that's a pretty easy resolution. It's nothing crazy. Just don't buy sweets.
True. I know what you're talking about. I think I went a little crazy over the holiday break.
Yeah.
I didn't. I just sat around and I ate and I drank and I ate and I drank.
It's true. I had a lot of my favorite meal. Seconds.
Yeah. So I did exercise on Friday. That was my first Peloton ride of the year. So I need to get back into the groove of doing that regularly.
I'm already 2.9 miles off my first 50 this year, Gary. So I'm trying to get it in.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So I don't know, Mr. Tom, do you get to see games, these FA Cup games, or do you get screwed?
I did, because fortunately, they do somewhat take the FA Cup seriously on TV, so you do have quite a selection of games. I've discovered, but I watched Sunderland versus Newcastle.
Okay, how was that?
It wasn't very good, in all truth, and I mean, I don't mean in that like it was quite fiery, but the reality is that once Newcastle got in front, it was just
over.
like foregone conclusion. Even at 1-0, it felt like it was going to be 3-0.
Okay.
If you get what I mean, like it just had that, you know, as soon as like they go 1-0 at half time, and the worst thing that could have possibly happened to Sunderland happened, where Newcastle just went out the gate, scored again. Then the game petered out, and then Newcastle just scored at the end, and it was for Newcastle. It was great.
Yeah,
it was like exactly the sort of performance and result you'd want in this situation. But
it doesn't help Newcastle because they didn't go out there and either have a little bit of a struggle or basically just beat them down to the ground. Like it was not even like you're saying it wasn't even a dominant performance. It was just a bigger team getting one chance and then it was over because other team basically
dominant
folded.
to the degree that it was the equivalent of like the school bully holding the midget at arm's length. Like it wasn't. It couldn't lay a glove on them.
Yeah.
Very professional.
We got a goal already. Southampton has just scored on Walsall, or has scored on Walsall. I'm not sure when, but that's the latest score there. Cambridge is up 1-0 on Blackburn. So those are the early scores for the 10 o'clock, or should I say 3 p.m. games. So Brenny says Sunderland showed some endeavor. They will help them in the playoff hopes. Okay. I don't think Mr. Tom feels the same way, Brenny.
I want to be careful what I say about them because they beat Leeds.
Is that saying much? Because you did say that every team plays up for you.
Yeah, but they should play up for Newcastle.
But
to be fair to them, Leeds don't have oil state backing, so our resources are significantly less. It's going to become like the most one-sided rivalry in football, isn't it? Because like as much as Man City dominate Man United generally, the reality is Man United still have the financial resources to be competitive. They just ain't. Whereas Sunderland couldn't dream of having what Newcastle have.
Yeah. Which makes me so confused why they haven't, why Newcastle hasn't actually used that strength yet.
They're waiting.
They have to.
Huh?
I think it's actually it's a very clever thing Newcastle are doing, because Man City just went straight out the gate, went 30 million on Robinho, which, and to be clear, buying a player for 30 million in 2008 was like the equivalent of spending 140 million now, probably. So they were like, oh, we're gonna buy him, we're gonna buy him, we're gonna buy him,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
You know, they were throwing around money like it was going out of fashion, right? And yeah, eventually they won something, and they continue to win things. Whereas Newcastle were like, let's see what happens if we buy one player for 50 million, or last year buy one striker for 70 million, and eventually they're going to build up a team that is as strong as them, and they want to see if they can do it for half the amount of money.
True.
Because they're never going to get relegated or anything like that. Because if that came to shove, they would just go out in January and go, right, bang, 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 out of trouble. So why have they got to go out and spend 500 million per season?
Yeah.
Like
It's
Chelsea?
not the 500. It's the fact that they can do better, you know, without having to spend, as you say, a lot of money going out there and spend 100 mil on a play and stuff like that. And I just feel like the coaching is really good there. So, you know what? It's one of those things where even if they got a better coach, they would still have to spend the money.
Yeah.
So either you go get the better coach if that's what they want, or give this coach what he needs to do better. You know what I mean?
So the one thing I would say to that is, if they go 3 or 4 seasons without winning anything, then you'll see them potentially splash the cash.
I say, why waste the trip? Why don't you just go ahead and do it? If that's if you don't think he's the one, then yes. But if you think he's the one, you should help him out.
But I think they have enough now to compete.
Yeah.
Nobody thinks they have enough to compete, though.
No, people talk they don't spend money, which is not true. But they just don't spend money like Chelsea have spent money, which makes them look really tight by comparison.
I mean, they spent a lot of money on Bruno Guimaraes, you know.
There you go.
I don't think Bruno Guimaraes is a large expenditure, though.
I think he was 60 million, around that range.
I thought it was like, was it that much? I don't think it was that much.
I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
I don't think I thought it was like 35, and Arsenal didn't want to spend it because it was like a really good deal for Arsenal. Arsenal didn't want to look into it. I don't think it was that much. I think he chose Newcastle over Arsenal for some reason. So
that's an easy decision, to be fair.
Yeah. So Mom is saying thanks all and Happy New Year's. Let us celebrate and enjoy 2024 each and every day as though it's our last day on that planet. Or as I like to say, don't waste the trip. Love you all. Yeah. What is that, Mr. Tom?
Thank you, Gary's mum.
40 million.
40 million pounds.
Yeah, 40 million. So I didn't think it was that. That's about what you want to pay for a player. And if you can if they can start for you, like Timber was in that range, right? He was 35, 30, 40 mil, and he's a starter for us. So that's what you can get. I
mean, to be fair though, Gary, they spent 40 million when they were in a relegation battle at the time.
Yeah, but that's why they were making those changes, right?
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying though. Like they can and they do spend the money.
Yeah.
Leeds spent 30. People think we spent 35 million on Ruto. It's not true. Like I think we actually paid about 25, and it will go up to 35. But But anyway, so but then we spent it on a player we didn't play, whereas they bought someone who was ready made to go.
True.
Yeah. And they got their money's worth out of that man.
Yep.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Ask me if I think we got our money's worth out of Jorginho Ruta when he's basically doing the silky skills of Zidane in the Championship. I'm like, yeah, double his money or whatever, because football fans are weird, and I'm very weird. So
Norwich just scored. They're up 1-0 in Bristol Rovers.
Purchase.
For those who are following Norwich, so busy day. I count. Let's see here.
This is a great day.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 matches are going on right now. So busy. Sheffield United just scored on Gillingham. So lots of goals. I'm actually looking at the Brighton Stoke match right now.
It's like Gillingham.
Gillingham.
No, Gillingham. G as in Gillingham.
Gillingham. All right.
No, Gillingham.
Gillingham, as in you don't know how to pronounce the G. All right, get it.
Yes.
I get it.
Yes.
Jackingham,
Not that it
Gillingham.
matters, but
Why are you wearing that stuff on your head? What is
Because
that?
it's the sun.
No. What is it though? You got like a smudge or something on there.
Oh, you don't want this thing?
Yeah, the smudge. Yeah.
Well, I'm just preparing for the inevitable that I have to go outside today and deal in the sun. So I figured I'd show what the hat feels like on my head. Try to
Deal in the sun deal in
to
the
be
sun
honest, like
in January.
I didn't even bring a full hat. You see, it's a visor. So
you did in Norwich, right?
no, I don't need your reading glasses.
You need your mom's reading glasses?
I don't need anybody's reading glasses. Thank you.
Boy.
Do you have a murder mystery to watch? Thank you. It's all the same. It's all some controversy, ID,
Oh,
investigation.
Stoke just scored. So Stoke's up 1-0 on Brighton.
Yeah, so I'm preparing for the day, but I don't have a full hat, so yeah.
Well, the thing is that TV has sort of changed it. But say on this day 20 years ago, you would have like 30 matches going off at the same time. You may have 1 or 2 on television.
Yeah.
Might
You know
be
what this day?
exaggerating.
You know what this
Probably
day
have
is
4
like?
on television.
Oh my God, own goal. That's how they scored. It was a cross, and the defender basically tapped it in nicely, very nicely. This is I don't know if March Madness over here. From like 12 to the first 2 days, from 12 to like 12 to 12. There's like 3 to 4 games going on at the same time. So like over here, we would go to the pub, the bar, and I would spend all day there, just sitting there watching basketball going.
You know the great part about that, Gary, is you get your bracket and you're like, man, I think I know what I'm doing. And then by 2 o'clock, sometimes the 14s beat the 3, and you're just like, all right, whatever.
I always bet at 12 over 7, I think it is, or 12 over 5.
Yeah, the 5
because that always happens at least. Yeah.
So yeah, those were good. I mean, I haven't filled out a bracket in years. I stopped doing it because it just got too.
I think I think the first time, the last time I had planned to actually go to the pub and watch it was like COVID. And I think COVID happened just around that time. If not,
they canceled the tournament.
Oh man, this went really badly. On NBA 2K24, there's a thing in it where you can earn free coins by like picking the correct outcomes of games.
Yeah.
I think I got a lot of them wrong. I picked a lot of home wins last night, with the exception of the Boston Celtics because they're very good.
Yeah, that's an easy one, right? So you got a score here. Norwich and Bristol Rovers are tied 1-1 at this point. So Bristol Rovers just scored. So lots of scoring going on in that game.
Yeah.
I know the Nuggets won a couple nights ago. So.
Yeah, I think my Heat team won against the Lakers, which is not saying much.
Last night, the Lakers lost to the Grizzlies.
Joined us. Surprise, surprise. Chris Nix is in the house. He's joined us.
Why do you say it like that? They're not even playing.
Yeah, well, it's because 1, they're sitting at the top of the table. 2, we will play them tomorrow.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I do welcome you, Chris, on the show. I just know it comes with a little bit of a smile when you do. I can see the grin as you join us. Like, hi, how's it going?
If the symbol joins us today, he'll verify there was a show I watched yesterday, and it was a personal Arsenal YouTuber who had a Spurs fan on who proceeded to tell everybody that the FA Cup is not a big deal and he doesn't care if Tottenham wins it or not.
Yeah, there's a lot of people saying it doesn't matter much, but the reason why I believe it matters is because it tells you whether you have a full squad or not that it can compete.
I think it matters
for me. I feel like the teams that can compete in multiple, not only international but cup tournaments can also compete in the league, because that means their team is spread out. You want depth. We talk about depth all the time, but then we talk about how do we get them minutes. Well, guess what? If they're good enough to compete in the FA Cup, guess what? They're going to help you out later on when you need it. So, for me,
I think it actually the FA Cup, and this is from an American perspective. So, Tom, call me out.
Yeah, no.
It's critical to, I think, the pyramid itself in England. It's basically it's what the whole game was kind of premised on. I mean, you go back to the early history of the FA Cup and when it started, and you had companies that had teams and they played, and I think it's very important because it's about protecting the grassroots of, I think, English football, in my opinion. But and I think that's why it matters. I think it's an important cup. I hope we find a way to win it. Obviously, we have a tough game tomorrow, but I just think for people to dismiss it, especially on the top 6 side, it's just like, I don't know, man. It's a chance for a League One team to make a shot, and that's really, it's about that dreaming big. I don't know. I find it rather interesting, and when I first learned about it and saw it, play out, I think it's it's a great competition, and I just can't understand how people would slag it down like that. So, but that's okay. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, but
yeah. You're looking at the historical perspective. I don't have that as a like people. A lot of people talk about watching it and being able to go watch some of the go to Wimbledon, go to Wembley and see the finals and all that kind of stuff. So I don't have that, but I know for my team, I know if they can compete in the FA Cup and any cup per se, that I know that means they have confidence in the players, and it helps them out in the long term. But as Crick says, he's a sassy teenage girl. Yeah. It's interesting. My cousin, who's a Liverpool fan, I hear a lot from him now because they're doing so well, and
they are doing well.
So yeah, or as Stefan says, a sissy teenage girl.
I mean, I'm all about the history and tradition of sports. Like it's one of the. I mean, Super Bowl time rolls around, I watch Super Bowl history documentaries. It's just something I do. I mean, when the NFL offseason's going on, I'll watch like a documentary of the 1982 Jets or whatever. I just like to learn. So for me, I understand the history of it.
America's game was so good.
It is. Yeah.
That as a series, it's good.
There is a 1994 documentary that's really good too. And it's I think it's NFL 75 seasons. I'll try to find it and send it to you, Tom, but and Gary as well. But yeah, the history of the game is just so important, man. Because if we forget our history, then what are we doing this for?
True.
Because that if we deny the history of the English game, eventually that's how a Super League comes in, and then we just forget everybody else, and we're like, oh, it's money, money, money. But the reality is, a League Two team could be in the championship in 3 years, right? Like, and that's what makes it a beautiful sport.
Which is weird because the people that claim, all the haters of, the negative fans, as people will call them, they will harp on the history of their club. Right, they'll harp on that, but then the thing like that history is gone. That history is gone. I wish it was. People want it to come back, but it's not here anymore. Harping on it doesn't help, for me, anyways, because everything changes, right?
Yeah.
Everything changes. The game has changed as the the history counts for some, but not. I look at what I see, and that's kind of how I feel things are going. So I'm not surprised.
The club's mindset towards the FA Cup may be different, but the fans still appreciate it and still want to win it. And I think as long as the fans still fight and still let their voice be heard, it'll be taken seriously. Now, granted, a third round team like Arsenal, I still expect a strong team tomorrow because we don't have a game till the 20th.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You have to play. You have to play a top team. You're not playing. You're playing Liverpool, regardless of what you think. If you have an opportunity to move further and knock out one of the bigger teams, you should do that.
Absolutely.
That would be really silly not to do. As you said, we have there's lots of time to get this done. You're not really get time. I mean, you have breaks, but you could not waste a trip and go out there and just get the win. Only way to do that is to play with your best. So
Sammy Smodics has scored for Blackburn, currently the championship top scorer.
I don't think it's who?
His name is Sammy Smodics. Plays for Blackburn, but he's the current championship top scorer.
Blackburn and Cambridge are 1-1 right 1-1 right now as well. Birmingham just scored. They're up 1-0 on Hull. So Southampton is at 1-0 on Walsall. I think maybe I already said that. So yeah, I think clubs should be dot points for weakened teams. Yeah.
The only problem with that is like what's outside of like obvious. So like if Arsenal if the only change Arsenal make tomorrow is Ramsdale over Rye, is that technically a weakened team? Considering like we really I
To
know what
me,
he means by
if Ray is considered the number one goalkeeper, then it is a weekend team, regardless of what we think about the situation at hand, right?
I think if a team puts out an academy team, I think that's where he's going at with that.
Yeah.
Because like if they're on your 25-man Premier League roster, it's technically not a weekend team. It is in theory, but it's technically the 25-man roster you put in to play in the league. But if you throw academy kids out there, I mean, but again, like I would love to see a Nawari get a chance. You know, like that would. I mean, obviously tomorrow if we were playing a smaller side, but
Our academy players should get opportunities regardless of
yeah,
FA Cup or not. I don't think we're not going to go spend the money because we don't have it. We don't have the availability in the sense that whatever rules are in place hinder us, right? So for me, this is why I think Emery was, took a chance on some of the academy players, right? One being Saka, right? Because he wasn't getting the support from Arsenal. They weren't going to give him the money he wanted. They weren't going to give him the players he wanted. He went up, he put a Saka out there. He played Saka all over the place, right, in those cup matches, right? Got him on the pitch, and we're all like, we like this guy, And I don't know if Nathan will be any good as Saka, but we don't know until we've seen him play.
Yep.
And I think they've already played in a preseason match. I think they should be deserving of some minutes in a real game. So Cambridge is up 2-1. Thanks for the update there, Stefan. So that's where I think Arteta and Edu have got it wrong, is they're not utilizing the academy as much as I think they should.
And here's the thing: if you were to able to like find 3 or 4 gems out of the academy this year, and it cost you in the long run, you didn't win anything, but at least you had those 3 or 4 players that you could kick on with next year, and you improved. So people probably, I would think about that at this point, because I almost feel like potentially the league is lost at this point. It's going to be really hard to come back from 5 points down. I mean, we're probably going to need help and hit all our wickets, but I mean, if we could find a couple gems out of the academy, maybe Will Walters, maybe Nawari, maybe Patino comes back in the summer, who God knows what, but the FFP thing is real. I know people laugh at it, but
not FFP. Remember, it's not FFP.
Oh, it's FFP at this point.
No, it's a sustainable whatever. It's nothing to do with FFP. It's the other rules that are, I think, more domestic.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah. So it's in that realm of FFP, but it's more of sustainability with everybody else.
Yeah, sustainability. That's the rule or whatever. So it's not FFP that's hindering us.
I sent something in Ray's chat on Thursday. And I know this right, because I follow Denver Sports. So Zach Steffen is going to be at the Colorado Rapids.
Why are you acting all oblivious for? Stop it. That doesn't work with me. It's not funny anymore. Look at you smiling like
funny every time. It's funny every time. I'm very good at it.
Zach Steffen, yeah. You think that might be a
backup option is what I think more than anything else. So, he's with the Rapids. Kroenke owns the Rapids. If Ramsdale was to leave in January, you could potentially do a short-term deal with Steffen to be the backup. And then find your replacement in the summer and send him back to the MLS club. I think there is something to that. But, I mean, it's because, if you're trying to get funds up, Ramsdale would probably be the easiest one you could sell right now.
If you're not going to make the deals in January, why bother with that? Like, if you, if you sell Ramsdale, you're going to have to sell a couple of other players, I think, just so that we can make a decent deal
unless there's another target we haven't even thought about for a striker at this point. That's the other thing. Yeah. I mean, because we hear the typical names that the media throws out and the people trying to get attention and clout. So, I mean, who knows who we're really targeting as far as that goes. But it will be interesting. I just thought it was a quick nugget that potentially could turn into something that might not be nothing at all, but it would be an option, because we did bring Trusty in from the MLS club and sent him out on loan and made a little profit on him. And I don't know. It's we'll see what tomorrow's team brings too. Like that. So if Ramsdale's on the team, that might be very telling too. If it ends up being Raya, then especially in a cup game, I think the writing would be on the wall for Ramsdale, in my opinion.
That's why I'm saying it needs to be on the writing should already be on the wall.
And maybe it already is.
You know what I mean? Like it shouldn't be a case of, well, I don't know. That's the problem I have with the way we're doing our business.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. You know, we don't know, and I think we should know by now whether or not Rhea is the man or not, because it seems like you're hurting your squad unless they're going to sell both. Unless they're going to let Rhea go back and they're going to sell Ramsdale and go get a better goalkeeper if there's such a player out there.
Yeah.
But I think goalkeeper is once again not a position of importance in terms of changing at this point, right? So like once again we are so we will go out and do all these maneuvers for defensive players, and our attack we don't do as much as I think we do. You know, we should. All right. So as Stefan says here, years ago he was fortunate to touch the FA Cup. Even being in close proximity of the trophy was like being in the company of a famous person. Such a beautiful trophy. Very cool.
Yeah, I got the coolest trophy I've ever been around is the Stanley Cup. I actually got to be around that. It was a massive big trophy.
They had the Is Yours Gold trophy at the when they did the tour. So
I
don't think that's the real one. They said that's a traveling one, I guess. But you know. So.
Yeah, they had it in DC. I didn't stand in line for it. It was too hot, and I was just like,
"Oh, and we got there early, and there was nobody in line, so so we just walked over. And,
well, that's another way to do it.
Took a picture with it, and so yeah, very cool.
The Stanley
was that
Cup?
Mr. Tom?
No. He's talking about the Invincible trophy.
Oh, right.
He's acting silly, Stefan.
No. I thought I heard Stefan say about Spencer, say about the Stanley Cup, and then you were talking about it, and I didn't hear the part where you said the trophy. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I didn't
nobody
touches
touches that. I like that
I
tradition
remembered
that you don't
standing
touch
next
it.
to a trophy in the summer.
Yeah.
So they let you touch the daggum Stanley Cup, man. Put your little greedy little paws on it. They don't care. It's crazy. It's insane. So the national championship trophies. I'm sure you've seen Florida's and everything, Gary. So I'm sure you've been around those and everything. So
I haven't actually seen it because when they won since I've graduated. So I've never been like I've watched us win in person. I've been in the city when they've won, but I actually have not. I've actually seen them win twice. Crazy. Seen them win 2 times. Win it on the field, but I actually haven't seen the trophy like with my eyes.
Yeah.
So, because I haven't been on campus and done any kind of tours and stuff like that. So,
I'll tell you one that's really cool. I know we're sidetracking here, Gary, but if you get a chance to go down to Carolina basketball is pretty cool. I didn't get a chance to go to that one. It's a Carolina game, but Duke. When you go to Duke's basketball stadium, the Cameron Indoor, they have all the trophies from all the years with Coach K and the USA basketball. And I'm not I hate Duke honestly, but it's pretty cool to see. That history. It's like going to Alabama and seeing their history, right?
I can't go watch people I don't support.
Well, I was only there for a Clemson game, so that's the only reason why I saw it. Too.
Yeah. It's a funny story. The original trophy was stolen in the late 19th century after Aston Villa had won it and was taken from a shop window. Oof.
Typical Brummies.
It's crazy, right? I think the FA Cup is presented now as a replica because the original mint is too fragile.
I can tell you what harmed the FA Cup, and it's not television. It's really not. What actually, in my opinion, killed the FA Cup for a long time, and they've never really restored the prestige of it in the public eye, is when Manchester United refused to play in it in the year 2000. The 99-2000 season. Because at the time, FIFA had basically created what would now be the World Club Cup, and it was a group stage, and you'd play 3 games. And Man United were like, "We're going to play it." 'Cause it was in early January, so it conflicted with the 3rd round of the FA Cup, and basically they went, "No, we're not going to be in it. We're going to go out." It was in, I think I could be wrong. I think it was actually in Brazil. And they went there. And if you ever want to see some classic Schadenfreude, I've probably said it wrong, is Watch Manchester United versus Vasco da Gama. They got murdered. They turned up like, "Oh, we won the treble. We're easily going to win this." I don't think they won a game. I could be wrong. But Vasco da Gama beat them 3-1. I'm sure it was 3-1. And they made them look so silly. It was beautiful. I've very rarely had more pleasure in a football match, and I'm including my own team. And they gave up the FA Cup. Basically, they gave up being in the FA Cup for that season to go there and get battered.
So it's like the curse of the FA Cup now. Almost.
But I think that harmed the competition because it basically said this is not important. It was, in my opinion, it was the first example of an elite team saying we can actually do without being in this.
Yeah.
And
I think the only way you
teams.
can compete is if you're in everything. So because you
go ahead, Gary, sorry.
Yeah, I think you need to be in everything to be able to compete. So I feel like it sounds like extra games, but that's why you have a squad. So for me, I think that's the key. You need to have 15.
I'm not being fair to
players
United.
you can depend on, so you can compete.
I don't care what the FA wanted. I don't care what United wanted. Fuck them both.
Yeah.
They screwed everyone over.
If you're a true competitor and there's a competition on the horizon, you're going to go for it, right? I can understand some people with the League Cup mentality. I kind of get it to an extent.
See that right there? I don't know. No. It's competition. But if you can't see the benefit in that, and if you can't see the benefit in getting all your players an opportunity to play, then that's where I get there's history behind all of this.
Mm-hmm.
But there is also, like, if you want people to like I think everybody you need to have I think it helps everybody. Like right now, Arsenal starters should play every game because they need it, because they need to get out of this funk, right? Yeah. They're not going to do it, but they should, because they're not playing good right now, and sitting around looking at videos and all of that, practicing, isn't helping. Playing some football well. So.
Well, you and I have both said this before, that and if there's a competition, they should go play. I understand where people don't care about the Carabao Cup, but I don't agree with it. Yeah. You and I have talked about this numerous times. We should be going out trying to win every single one of these 4 fronts.
Yeah,
4 fronts at all times. And this is the thing too. If you kicked on in the Carabao Cup and you found a way to win it, and then say you get an unlucky draw in the FA Cup, well, at least you have the Carabao Cup to fall back on. We won this year. Because you're not guaranteed.
You know what that is? You know what that is?
Yeah.
You don't get to choose which game which one of the 4 kind of opportunities to win in the league are going to come from. You don't know which one it is. So if you start giving up on one, maybe that's the one you were supposed to win that year, right? Because you're not guaranteed anything. But if you don't give yourself a chance, you know what? You might pay for it, right? Leicester is like I think Mr. Tom will say it's a dream, a pipe dream. It's not going to happen that often, where a team that has nothing really to play for in terms of European football then is able to just run away, hold on to the league, throughout for most of the season, right?
It's 100% right. Like I said, I understand people's mentality, but I prefer the club to take it seriously.
Yeah,
especially if you got a massive squad, right? Like,
we got a score in the Blackburn and Cambridge. It's 2-2 right now. East Leg, I think that's how you say that. East Leg. Eastleigh. They just they have a red card, so Newport might be scoring soon. Plymouth has scored also in the Sutton. Sheffield United just scored on Gillingham.
Yeah, you're right, Eastleigh, yeah.
So just think about what the cups mean also for people that are fringe players. It's an opportunity to go out there and shine and show that you're hungry and you want it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I get like taking out 10 of your first teamers. That's not what we're talking about. Like I don't think you can do that.
No.
But you need to be able to give certain players, like you said, that are like, for me, like if you're going to use it that way, which I don't think we should, but if you were going to use it that way, for me, Emil Rose should start. Easy. Shouldn't even be a question. He might start anyways, but if we had if everybody was healthy or not away on away or whatever, ESR should start, I think.
Well,
In this
what would be your lineup tomorrow, out of curiosity? Or is that too early to ask, you think?
No, it's not too early. So for me, I think I had Rhea in goal. I think this is game we need to win. If he's our number one goalkeeper, then he starts. I know Ramsdale. People say Ramsdale, blah blah blah. Nah, if Arteta says that's his number one, then he should go with his number one. That's how I think it should be. Ben White, of course. I think in reality we should go with a back three because I don't think we have a left back.
Okay.
I don't think we have a left back. I know we will play with one. So basically, I have Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel, and Zinchenko. No, Zinchenko's hurt.
Yeah.
So Kyrgios, but I kind of feel like you're spreading yourself thin when you put all you put all your. We don't have any back. What players do we have in the back line if we do that?
I mean, if you're gonna do it, then you just invert from the right back position.
No, but you don't have anything coming off the bench.
Yeah.
Right.
We got Tommy Asu, but he's not in form because he's been out.
I thought he was he's gone to
right.
Asia Cup. So we have nobody on the back line to come on, right? That's why I would say go with a back three and let Kyrgios come on if we need him. Personally, crazy thought, put Saka at left back, because he needs to do something different. QPR, looks like QPR has just scored. Yeah.
Well, that would make Liverpool think there's something different if you tactically that gives them.
But so I have Kyrgios. I guess I have Kyrgios starting, but then also in the midfield for me, Emil I think I have Emil for Odegaard and Rice for me, and then on the front three would be the same for me as the usual front three for me. I think we go as strong as we can. If that's our, I think Havertz would come on and be an answer off the bench as he has been in the past. He shouldn't play midfield,
So I've been thinking about this the last couple of days, and I really just kind of listen to people talk about stuff more than anything else. I don't think Havertz was brought in to be a midfielder. I think Rice was the Xhaka replacement all along. And I think Partey was going to be our 6.
Which I think is silly to think that would work because of availability. And then if that is the thought, putting him at right back makes absolutely no sense then.
But that also came down to the Ben White availability that day.
It makes no sense. Either it doesn't matter. You're taking one of your least available players and saying, "Here, I'm going to put you in a different position and have you work there," and we never get to see him play where he needs to. The right back wouldn't matter as much as if you had Partey and Rice in that midfield. That right back wouldn't mean as much to me because they shouldn't be getting through your midfield anyways. So, whatever you put on the right back would work. Because I think that's what we needed to be able to do. I think we needed to establish whether or not that, if you say that's what we wanted to do, is it, if that midfield was going to be the one that would be our number one midfield, then let's try it out.
I just go back to that FA Cup. FA Cup at the Community Shield. That's what I kind of visualized back when everybody was semi-healthy, and we had Timber, right? I have to remember the starting lineup wasn't that, but Partey and Rice in the midfield, and then Havertz up top. I don't think Jesus was available at the time. Man, availability is killing this team, man. That's I was actually listening to an excellent interview. It was Whitlock and Warren Sapp and I think Marshall Falk. And they're talking about the running back position. So I'm going to pivot away from football for a second to another football. But the running back position has devalued itself at this point, Gary, because the guys are taking themselves out of the game. He said with Marshall Falk, like when he played, he wasn't coming off that field. So he's kind of devaluing himself by allowing the rotation to happen. But it also comes down to availability, man. Like if you get hurt, man, it's just like it makes you easier to replace because you're less reliable. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
Very, very true.
It was a good interview. They were talking about the running back position and stuff like that. Warren Sapp's just a trip in general. So
very, very true. Yeah, we didn't. Did we see? We didn't even see. Didn't even see the that midfield in Premier League, right? So
we never did. Yeah, we've never seen it.
Yeah.
And then it kind of makes sense when you think about it, right? If Partey is your 6, Rice comes in, plays more forward, plays the 8 position, right? Like you've had Havertz up top. I don't know. Like it's gonna be an interesting January window. I'm not expecting much to be done. To be fair, guys. I know people are having transfer window shows left and right, and I'm just not holding my breath. You know?
No, well, it doesn't sound like we have the money to do it. So there you go. If you don't have the money to do it, then got the scores coming in from Stefan. QPR is up 1-0 on Bournemouth. QPR is now 2-0 up.
Wow.
So he doesn't love this Bournemouth team for some
And
reason.
QPR is in the relegation zone in the
So it's halftime in the Bristol. All games are going to halftime right now.
QPR terrible. But I'm absolutely certain when Leeds go to QPR, they will turn into 2013 Barcelona.
Well, they're doing that right now
to
a Bournemouth team who, let's see who's in this Bournemouth lineup right now.
QD 1982 story of how Bournemouth didn't beat Leicester, which fucked over Ipswich somehow.
Yeah.
Probably already got it typed out, ready to press send.
Bournemouth is who? What? Isn't that striker on Bournemouth? Who's the striker for Bournemouth?
Solanke.
Okay, so he's not even. Is he injured?
No, they're probably just not bothering to play him.
He's not even on the bench.
So this is the thing. Bournemouth's 12th in the league, so I don't know why they wouldn't.
He's not even on the bench, so he must be injured.
He is not injured. I'll tell you what. We'll type it. I'm going to type his name into the Google machine. Other search engines are available.
Yeah,
but I'm using
I'm just saying he's not even on the bench. I was like, isn't Bournemouth? Do they have a good player there?
Let's see. Is Solanke injured?
Chesterfield is up 1-0 on Watford at the half. I think that's a surprise, isn't it?
He might even not be playing to prevent him from becoming cup tied and to hinder a transfer. Because obviously you can't play for the same team.
Now you're like trying to.
Now
you're just trying to be a tease here.
Man, I'll tell you what. Oh, I see what Gary's trying to do. He's trying to calculate whether he's got a move going.
No, I'm just saying he's not in the lineup, and I thought if you're in a cup match, you would want to try to.
I've got Hull City and Birmingham on right now. This is
put it this way: if he played for Bournemouth this afternoon, he could not play for Arsenal in the FA Cup this season.
Well, if Arsenal doesn't win tomorrow, it don't matter.
It really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me regardless because I've bet on both teams. But
hold on, you bet on Liverpool and Arsenal at the same time?
Yeah, to win the FA Cup. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, my bad. I thought the head-to-head. Yeah.
No, that's mental. No. I mean, because the odds are massive on both because they're playing each other. For example, I got 12-1 on Liverpool to win the FA Cup.
That's really good.
Exactly.
5? Did you put a fiver down on that?
No, I had £2 on each one for the simple. Okay. No, for the simple fact that I had the £5 and I was going to use the spare pound on something else in the bookie.
Makes sense.
But yeah, Arsenal, I believe I got 17-2 off the top of my head. So I'm still going to get nearly £20 if they did win it. My thinking is that whoever does win, they are clearly not going to be 17-2 or 12-1 in that 4th round draw.
Mm.
It will immediately shoot down to about 5-1.
I do
Especially
love this.
if I get 100.
I do love this discussion of gambling. How I love it. Good stuff. I don't do it, but I find it fascinating how they make the odds and all that stuff. So,
It's a whole formula.
the house always wins.
It has to be done in a way to. You have to balance the fact of making it worth gambling on,
Mm-hmm.
also in a way that you don't lose too much on it. That you have to try and be in line with what everyone else is doing in the industry. So generally things are similar.
Yeah,
things like that.
QPR was supposed to have had a really poor day today.
They have a poor day every day.
Well, because they have injuries coming in, but Solanke not being in the lineup and them being up 2-0.
To be fair though, this has Bournemouth can just chuck on. Let's be fair, they will throw on Justin Kluivert. They're going to throw on probably Ryan Christie at some point. Basically, they've got the tools to score 3 goals in the second half.
I don't like spotting teams' goals, especially when they scored them late in the first half. They could go in feeling really good about themselves, and now now you got to try to.
Spare pound, if I had my spare pound, Gary, if I had my spare £1 coin from betting on Arsenal and Liverpool, I would go Bournemouth to win this right now. That's what I would do.
I hear you. I think you're asking. That's like.
Oh no, I'm fully expecting that I'm throwing a pound away. Like, I know that. But if they did win, then my dinner is paid for most of the week. Not that I'm telling people to gamble. I'm explicitly not doing this. I'm just saying what I would be tempted to do based on the fact that one team.
I don't know. You're on the road. You're down 2-0. Yeah, you might have the stronger team, but that team has something now to play for. So where you might have been getting only like 80% of what they got, now you're going to get 100% of it. So
third goal is key, Gary. If it goes to Bournemouth, they're probably going to win.
Well, I would say the second goal is key. Until now, the third goal is key, right? Because
exactly.
Can't have the second goal until you get the first goal.
Well, no, I mean in the sense that whoever scores the second goal either can pull away or it's back on even terms, right? So.
No, I completely agree. In the usual circumstance, I'd go second goal is usually more important than the first goal in terms of like the way the match is going to swing.
Yep, no, for sure.
But because of the disparity in quality between the two teams, third goal is massive.
Yep. QPR goes up 3-0. They should be able to hold on.
Exactly.
They should be able to hold on.
And because QPR are not doing well, Bournemouth have had a massive surge in form despite my hatred of them.
Yeah.
Is that but obviously can't deny about results and stuff. This third goal, if they get it, I'm convinced they'll get another 2.
See, that's the thing that I hear you, and I'm like, I don't feel like that for Arsenal right now. Like if they go down 2-0 and they score that next goal, I don't feel like they got 2 more goals in them right now, the way they've been playing.
That's really disappointing in the sense that, like, considering your third.
I don't feel that way though.
I'm going by what I see on the pitch, and if you see something different, you can tell me. You can think about what could be, and I'm just telling you the way they're playing right now. There's no confidence right now in the team when they're out there that look they're going to score a goal, right? And when they don't score a goal, they don't look pissed off about it. When the other team scores a goal, they don't look pissed off about it. That's kind of what I see. Like at some point, there's got to be a reaction to what's going on the pitch, and I don't see it.
I think they're doing a reaction. It's just not good enough. They're not getting their.
No, there's no reaction because it's not either there's a reaction or there isn't. In my eyes.
I mean, look at the West Ham game. They had 30-some shots, 77 touches in the box. They just didn't finish their chances. Yeah. I mean, the reaction's there. It's just not a good enough reaction. If you know what I'm saying.
I think if you look at that game and you saw it as well as I did,
But that
they were
game also
doing.
told
They
me
took so many extra touches in the box. There's no way you're scoring. Like I even saw. I was looking at a video where they were showing a practice today with one person, one defender, and it was usually the goalkeeper. They still taking an extra touch. If you look at all the goals, most of the goals that are scored, a lot of time, the only time it's multiple touches is when it's one-on-one. We're never in a one-on-one situation, and we're not that good, moving players around with the ball at our feet. We have to do more one-touch football when we score. If you look at a lot of the goals we score, it's the first touch that we score on, not the second.
We're also trying to score in a particular manner too. We're not taking what the defense gives us and just taking our
Which
shot.
is the first touch score. You take an extra touch, you just bring the defense in. You get nothing out of that.
Think about a low block too, right? You got 5 defenders in the
It's
box.
not the low block. Come on, stop with it.
But hold on, but that's the teams we have issues breaking down. We play Liverpool, it's wide open. I'm confident about tomorrow because it's going to be a wide open game.
Yeah.
Liverpool's not going to come to the Emirates tomorrow and just sit back. I mean, it's breaking down a low block, and we just don't have any answers for it. We don't have people that know how to do it. At the end of the day, like if they're going to put 5 in the box, start slinging the ball in there and hopefully hit someone's hand.
Yeah, but that only works is if you plan to shoot when the ball comes in. If you take an extra touch every damn time, you do nothing for yourself because you just allow the defense to get set. It happens all the time. We took like 30 shots, 10 of them were blocked. Why? Because we take the extra touch all the time. Or we take the extra touch, which puts us going away from the goal, and then we take a shot that goes wide.
It's the slow build up too. I think it's the killer as well. The slow build.
When you get 30 shots in a game, that's not a slow build up. You're in a position to shoot, right?
Yes, but are the shots quality shots?
They're not quality because you take an extra touch. I'm telling you. I'm sitting there watching it. You're watching the same thing. You're watching the game. Look at how many times they take an extra touch in the box.
Mm-hmm. I'm talking about the build up from the back line to the midfield.
But once you get into the box, you take the shot immediately. You don't wait. You see it all the time. Like Erdegaard takes an extra touch, puts a shot on. The defense is set and clears it. I mean,
think about that. That also comes down to the build up too. Because think about this: when you played indoor or any other football, set pieces quick, take them quick. Why? Because you don't want to give the defense a chance to get set up, right?
The only way, yeah, but I hear you. But the only way that's going to happen for me is if they take that risk. If they make that risky pass, they don't want to do it. Because they might get it might get intercepted. Well, guess what? Now you are definitely playing into the defense's hand. Now it is a slow build up.
And that's the whole thing about the low block. They don't want you to take those risks because they're also thinking about hitting you on the counter.
Yeah.
And I mean, to me, like especially the West Ham game, if one of those shots goes in, I think it opens things up. That's just me. The Fulham game, I think that was dead in the water. Like they were going to take that L regardless because they just didn't look the part on that day. I mean, Fulham looked better than they did, and that's unacceptable.
He's going to make a meal. I hope you're making something good. Yeah, like I said, all the games are in halftime. I don't know what I don't see it from Arsenal right now. The stuff, whatever it is that they need to like at some point, I have to get this ball into the goal. I can't dribble it in.
At half time in Blackburn game, Blackburn are now winning 3-2 with a hat trick, 3 goals from Sammy Smodics.
Right. I did saw that score, but I thought it was a score I'd said, but obviously not.
Oh no, I just noticed that one player scored 3 of the goals.
Yeah.
Not bad, not bad. He's doing especially well considering his team are terrible. They are like 17th in the championship or something like that.
Yeah.
And he's got what? He has 16 goals in the league and obviously 3 in the cup. So he's got 19 goals this season.
Good for him, yeah.
Bad football team.
Nice to have double digits in goals, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Their other former player, Bertrand Diaz, is now
Stefan, thank you.
in someone loaned him. Can't remember who it was. Someone bought Ben Berrett Diaz back to the Premier League or back into the Premier League. Someone purchased him. Let's have a look. Forgetting who it was. But he was another one for Blackburn who had about 20 goals the other season.
He's an attacking midfielder, though.
He now plays for
Sheffield
United. Bought him in on loan. Yeah.
He had 21 goals and 71 appearances for Peterborough. 79 appearances, 21 goals, and then 59 appearances. He has 21 goals for Blackburn in 2 years. It's pretty good.
We are soon to be blessed by the Lord.
Peterborough United. Bristol City. Braintree Town.
I've been there before. I'd fully expect. You know what? I'd be thrilled if Leeds get out of Peterborough with a 2-0 win. No players injured. Be amazing. It's probably not what's going to happen. Probably because Leeds' FA Cup history is sketchy at best. 1 year we lost to a team called Histon, where a postman scored the winning goal, the only goal. Yep. He went to work the next Monday or the next day. We lost to Hereford in 2008, I believe it was. Nice. They're not even in the league anymore.
You've heard it here from Arsenal fan circle. Solanke is definitely moving in this window. Not part of the Bournemouth squad today. Hashtag transfer talk. So Ray, our reporter on the street, has said it.
Listen, if Ray says it, it's definitely going to be a thing.
When he said, when I looked and I saw Solanke
tomorrow.
Yeah, when I looked and I saw Solanke not in the lineup, I was like, that doesn't make any sense. And I was like, well, I wonder if Twitter is talking about it. And the first tweet I see is from Ray. So there you go.
No one wants a cup-tied player.
Yeah, if you don't beat Liverpool, it means nothing. So I think if you can, I don't know. Tomorrow's a big game for us. I think we need to come out ready to go. Come out like a team that's a little upset with their performances over the last month. I mean, not good. Not good. I mean, we saw, what is it, Rice and Gabriel screaming at each other. Some of that anger needs to go towards the way that they're playing and put into that kind of performance. So hopefully they respond with that. Got Arsenal taking pictures. I don't know who's in these pictures. Some of these, like 2 guys in there, I don't know who they are. One's a coach. Okay, no, it's 2. There's 1 player, I don't know who that is. So yeah, I don't know.
I was telling Sam about this yesterday, guys. I'm playing Football Manager. I started a new save because the one where Leeds ended up with Neymar was like, nah, can't have that. That don't feel right. It was about 5 years in, and he's like 35 or something. Or 37, something like that. Pretty what happened. Anyway, I'm in the Gibraltar, what the equivalent of the Gibraltar Premier League, even though there's only 1 league in that country, because, well, it'll be smaller than your town. And I guarantee it. I don't even know the size of the town you live in, but Gibraltar is smaller than the town you live in. Anyway, their football league is weird. It's 11 teams. And all the games have to be played at different times because there's 1 football stadium. 1 football stadium. There's no home advantage, obviously.
Why 11?
It was 10, but if I remember rightly, I read an article, there's a team in it called Magpies, where basically a Newcastle United fan started his own team in Gibraltar, and basically they accepted it into the league. It's not called the Gibraltar Premier League, to be fair to it. It's just called the Gibraltar Football League because, like I say, there's one league, there's 1 tier. In the game, anyway, there's one tier. There may be a. Anyway, I think they qualified for the UEFA Conference League, which was quite impressive because they've only existed for about 3 years or something like that. But anyway, I'll smack them down. But anyway, I just found it weird because I was like, oh, let's see what goes on here, and then realised, oh, everyone gets a bye week, obviously, like the NFL, because there's 11 teams, and yeah. So if you ever think the Premier League is a bit dodgy or that, like, I'll bet the collusion in that league is incredible. Because don't know if you've ever seen it, but when Germany played Austria in the 1982 World Cup, they did a group stage where there was 3 teams in every group in the first round. Yep, and no, sorry, it's the second round. It went from 4 teams to 3 in the second round, and basically it worked because Algeria beat Germany in one of the games. It worked out that if they drew, I think it was 1-1. It had to specifically be 1-1. They would both go through. I can't remember that specifically, but basically the draw put them both through. And within about 20 minutes, they all clearly decided, oh, this game we can both go through. So they refused to do anything. It was like, like when you're passing it around the back, and yeah. And then the World Cup saw it. FIFA had to change the rules of football because of it. The World Cup then became not everyone now has to play at the same time and things like that. You'd been angry watching it. I wasn't even alive, and I was still a bit angry watching it. Swimming around inside my dad's balls or something. I was like, the fuck's going on here? Probably. I mean, swimming, I was more like... But anyway.
Oh my god.
I was a sperm. I had no arms. But anyway.
Squirminess.
But
well, somebody's got to say something after that. I'll be the awkward ones. How was your time? Never mind. Carry on. Sorry.
It was warm, I imagine. Hey, all I'm going to say is I was the sperm that won the race.
That's right.
Yeah. The Plymouth and Sutton is tied 1-1.
If you think you've never won anything in life, you were the one that made it to the egg. That's all you need.
Yeah. I went, fuck you guys.
Look at Gary.
I didn't even know how to swear back then, so I probably just nodded or something. Like,
you are a winner. You were born a winner.
Exactly.
You may support a crappy football team, but you were born a winner.
Watford is setting up for a free kick right now.
Speaking of it, have you ever met?
Oh my! How did that not go in? They got lucky there.
You know what, Tom? I think that should be the outro at this point. Just remember, if you haven't won in life, remember you won when you were conceived.
You won what?
You won when you were conceived, because you were the sperm that made it to the egg.
Everyone's won at something at least once.
Yeah, for sure. We're just trying to find the positivity in the, the Ethernet here, shall we say?
Yeah. Because Gary's always like, don't waste the trip and all this, and it's all positivity. And then when I come out with like, well, I won the race though, Gary's all like, not sure I approve of this content.
He's like, that's not the trip.
I don't. Yeah, Mr. Tommy.
I've been called a genius, although they did say
no, you have not. No, you haven't.
They did say he's a different kind of genius, though.
Yeah, definitely a different kind of genius for sure. They have this thing called FA Sunday, Super Sunday or something like that. It's got all the games are on, so anytime there's a ball in the attacking third. Is that going to be a penalty? No.
NFL Red Zone might sue him.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll go through my NFL picks for the week. if none of you are interested.
Sure.
NFL picks.
Oh shit! I gotta pick game. Scary.
QPR up 2-1 on Bournemouth. I don't know.
I'll tell you what I did. There was no game on Thursday, was there? Because they are all going out at the same time, right?
Yeah, it is, yeah. Once the college bowl season kicks in, they don't play on Thursdays anymore.
There's games here today.
They play on
Steelers,
Saturdays and stuff if they can.
Texans.
Oh, there should be a goal. How did everybody miss that? Wow. Watford should have scored. They had a good opportunity there. Two players have missed, did not have a good touch. Let's see what happened here. Cross comes
I
in.
went
Oof.
Baltimore for
Defender.
plus 3.5.
Oh, it's right off the.
Yeah. Baltimore.
Baltimore plus 3.5. I went Colts plus 1.5 at Texans. Sorry, against Texans.
Got a goal coming up, people.
The Texans winning or the Colts winning?
QPR Bournemouth. I was just showing the replays. The
Colts
ball gets
plus
deflected
1.5.
in. For
Are they the favorite right now?
Cute. You know what, Mr. Tom? What did you say? The third goal?
It's key. Who got it?
Bournemouth got it on a deflection. The ball. They put the ball in the box. Guess what? Deflects off of one of the defenders right in.
So how long is there left in the game?
Bournemouth. They are in the 57th minute.
Deck of cards, Gary. That QPR defense could fall apart like a house of cards.
We'll see. There's more scores coming up.
I'm mildly confident that is going to be
Stoke
the
and Brighton is 1-1. I don't remember the score. All right. Got Watford taking another free kick. Let's see if they are better on this one. Nope, right at the defender. Dude, how can you kick right at there's three guys in blue. Go around them. Nope, right at the blue guy.
Purvis Estupinan scored for Brighton. I've never heard of him either. So
yeah, I've heard that name, but
no doubt they got him from Ecuador or somewhere like that.
Yeah.
With their Moneyball. I was gonna watch Moneyball yesterday, but then I realised I've already seen it.
Don't you watch movies more than once?
Yeah, but that I don't know. I think that's the sort of movie that I don't think you need to watch more than once because it's just about statistics ultimately. It's really interesting. Like, I'm not disputing it. It's really good, but
who, Moneyball?
Yeah,
I've seen Moneyball. So
I love Moneyball. I watched it probably 5 times. I got one I'm gonna watch today. We went to a hockey game.
Goal coming up.
And
NPC and EAS. I don't know what these teams are.
Trying to check out.
Just Newport and Eastlake. Let's see. Newport is scoring. Oh, very nice touch.
Oh, Newport County have scored. Yeah.
Newport just scored in there.
They beat Leeds in the FA Cup as well.
Yeah.
In 2017, I think it was.
Sworn.
Actually, I really want to see something happen in this Watford match.
Ben White played for them on loan from Brighton.
Who does?
Ben White played on loan at Newport County from Brighton.
Oh, okay.
And they beat Leeds, and Bielsa watched it when he was doing his research on Leeds. So then he immediately sort of identified Ben White as we should bring him in on loan. So that game actually changed the future of your club as well.
Very true. And guess look who joins us. The Assembled, everyone. Welcome to the show, Assembled. We were actually talking about you, or at least Spencer was talking about you.
Yeah, we were talking about how Spurs fans don't care about the FA Cup. So it was a rather interesting discussion yesterday. That's all I'll say.
Also, if anyone wondered, I've gone
welcome to the
Carolina Panthers plus 4.5 against Tampa Bay.
You got them covering or winning?
Covering.
Yeah.
No, Panthers are terrible, but but I wouldn't say I don't believe, but Tampa Bay are much better themselves. I mean, they are better.
The defender almost took off the guy's shirt. Nothing was called. That's pretty. Got a corner, short corner for Brighton. It's supposed to ball in the box. No, lofts it up high. Oh, what a nice header for Brighton. Some tall
Browns
guy.
plus 7.5
I
at
think is
Cincinnati
that tall
Bengals.
guy Dunk? I get them all confused. What's his name?
What?
Who's the center back for
Brighton?
yeah, Dunk. Yeah, Dunk
Lewis
just
Dunk,
scored
yeah.
it's a nice header. They did a short corner. He puts a nice lofts it right up, and Dunk times it perfectly.
Brighton versus Stoke is such a championshipy match.
Yeah.
Just
Oh, look
feels
who else has joined us here. And I don't know if he's on his dog walk or not, but
Oh, of course he
Russ,
is.
the dog walker Morgan, is in the house. Welcome to the
The
show.
dog walker Morgan.
What? That's what he does, man.
No, there's nothing wrong with it. It just amused me.
Welcome to the show, Russ. We've just been going with some of the scores and talking about whatever we want to talk about, right? So, Spencer, this is called the road trip because if you've ever been on a road trip, you never actually get where you want to go sometimes, but you have a lot of fun doing it anyways.
Is that because we refuse to ask for directions?
All right, you're losing the plot here.
Oh.
I tell you what it is.
He's immediately like, yeah, that's good. Why haven't we asked someone where we're going, though?
We don't want to ask because we don't care where we're going.
I know. I was making a joke about how men never ask for directions.
Oh, sorry, I didn't.
I got that joke.
It's not that kind of joke. It's not that kind of
I
show.
knew you got the joke, Tom.
I got the joke.
Hey, here's a question for you. Here's a question for you, Mr. Tom. Are Leeds going to beat their opponents tomorrow? As I don't want you to be in a bad mood tomorrow, Mr. Tom.
Oh yeah, of course. You never take pleasure from my displeasure.
He wants you to be happy, man.
Of course he does. But to answer your question, I think Leeds will get out of there with a win. We should get out of there with a win. But at the same time, it wouldn't surprise me if we didn't, because our record in the FA Cup against lesser teams is incredibly sketchy. Incredibly, like absurdly sketchy.
I hear you.
I almost want to draw the likes of Arsenal and that, because I know we're going to try.
So Russ is on a dog walk, but enough about his wife. I mean, I don't know why you wrote that. You thought it.
No.
You thought it, and then you wrote it down.
That's the writing of the man who knows his wife doesn't know this channel exists.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, well, somebody's going to have to find out where Mrs. Russ lives. Mrs. Russ Morgan. Send her some.
In his house, I'd imagine.
Huh?
He said, "I don't know where Mrs. Russ Morgan lives." I was like, "In his house, I'd imagine."
You're so funny. Ha ha.
It was good. Tom took the plane that was crashing and landed it. just like Tom Hanks in that one movie.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
This should be a goal. Oh my God. Extra touch. What an dummy. I hate this extra touch. Stefan's laughing at something. I don't know.
I would have a joke about extra touches, but it's not appropriate. I'll leave that alone. Let's just say they're meant for something else, not for football. There we go. I kept it PG.
I was actually trying to think of, what's the name of that American football player that everyone hates because he got away with extra touches?
Oh, Deshaun Watson.
No.
You went there, you dirty-minded.
Well, no, we can pull it back. We can still reel this back in.
You can't reel it back. It's already out the bag, man.
Listen, Gary, you and I are the only one to know about his story. No one else does.
Yeah, now you're gonna ask somebody to actually do a search on it.
Tom's gonna Google it now. So like, oh man.
I was actually checking if the accuracy of QPR. It's now 2-2.
Yeah.
What's 2-2 now?
I'm watching
QPR and Bournemouth.
Oh, they haven't showed the score yet over here.
I'm upset at myself because I didn't actually check what the odds would be on a Bournemouth win at half
I
time.
thought you were going to put the bet in. You were talking all big and all that.
No,
Yeah.
because no, of course I didn't do it. I said the whole time
You are
if I had
terrible.
the
What's the
pound
point
on
of
me
this contest?
and I was
Make some money, man.
if I had the pound on me and I was in the betting shop, that's what I would have done. That's what I said. But I'm not going to go out of my house to do it, and I don't have online betting accounts because I like my money being in my pocket and not in their pocket.
Got it.
Fair enough.
Bournemouth 2-2. Yeah, I haven't showed the score. They haven't showed the goal over here on this FA Super Sunday thing or whatever.
I tried to click on the FA Super Sunday and it wanted me to update my prescription amount, but I'm already paying $10.99 a month for this crap.
Yeah. You know what? Sometimes it happens when it doesn't get the right connection. So I usually close the app or whatever and go back in or whatever. And that seems to fix it sometimes.
Oh.
Got a goal, but I don't know if it's in Chesterfield. It must have been early in the game. So Brighton is bringing on somebody else. This Webster guy. It's coming on.
Bournemouth are 2-2. Barney Stefan.
Yeah.
Disney finally took the money.
Things are starting to
Price increase.
heat up now.
You got ESPN Plus in England, Tom?
I don't believe that's a thing here.
Mm.
Do you have ESPN now?
I don't believe that's a thing here either.
Oh my gosh.
Our sporting platforms are basically Sky Sports, TNT Sports, which used to be BT Sport, and Amazon have two.
Yeah.
Of a
No,
2 week
that shirt
only.
that he's wearing is the one that he threw up on. That's what it looks like when Mr. Tom throws up. But he wasn't gonna. It was supposed to be yellow, but he wasn't gonna, just toss it out because he doesn't do that.
It's really unfortunate that Disney has gone up in price now because
yeah, it's like $10.99 for ESPN Plus. I remember when I first purchased it was $4.99.
Yeah, things keep going up. As
I think you
Russ
can
says,
get
Desmond
Disney
in the
for
Bournemouth game.
$4.99
Yeah,
here, but I know it sounds really privileged, but the adverts annoy me on a streaming platform.
So Peacock, I still have the adverts in there. It doesn't bother me as much.
When do the adverts? Oh, you mean during a show?
Well,
okay.
Yeah, I watch other shows on there too, like The Office, Parks and Rec, and stuff. Penalty in the Plymouth game. Looks like, maybe not. Yep, Plymouth got a penalty in the box against. I think they're playing Sutton.
Oh, so let me think. So I had Browns plus 7.5 to beat the Bengals.
That's possible.
I've gone with Lions minus 3.5 to beat Minnesota Vikings.
The only problem with this week, Tom, is like some of these big teams' quarterbacks are sitting out.
Oh, I know.
But that's only really like I think the Ravens maybe, right? The Ravens are, but it's so complicated because like the Lions, for example, they're still fighting for seeding. Cowboys are still fighting for the division.
Yep.
You guys, I sent you that video yesterday of the Eagles guy falling over. I thought you found that funny. So.
I've done the Jets plus 1.5 at the Patriots. Falcons plus 3.5 at New Orleans Saints. I went for the pluses a lot because, like you said, the underdogs are.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them are basically in a position where there's no point in tanking at this stage.
But the Jets in New England, they're not in the playoffs, so who knows how that game's going to go.
Yeah, and the Jets looked really bad last week too, by the way.
And on Titans plus 5.5 against Jacksonville. I had Arizona plus 3.5 against Seattle. Because, I don't know. I've always had this belief that Seattle were terrible in away games. And obviously, I've actually gone against the Green Bay Packers for the purpose of betting. Bears plus 3.5.
I don't know what this means, Mr. Tom. Tell us.
Oh, that sickening feeling Leeds fans get every time they play. He's saying that Leeds play make me throw up.
Blackburn just scored. They're up 4-2 on Cambridge.
Did Chargers plus 3.5? Not plus. Chargers minus 3.5 against the Chiefs.
Did you bet
So,
Dallas over the Commandos?
I'll tell you when I get
Yeah,
to
it's
that
close.
one.
Commanders
I've
have-
gone Raiders plus Raiders minus 2.5 against Broncos because
They're saying a handball on Brighton.
So the
They'll
minus
tie this
means
thing up.
you got the
I
Raiders,
need the Raiders to win by 3 at least.
which could happen.
I don't know how to. I don't know. This is one of those things where the defender he goes up to jump, puts his hand down, and as he's falling down, landing, his hand comes back up again, and the header goes right on his hand. What do you call that? Is that a handball?
I don't know anymore.
I'd have to see it.
I'd have to
see it. I'd have to see the image.
It's one of
or
those
the
things where the
moving
defender is just moving and his hands have to flare, like to jump up, but then when he's landing, his hand pops up.
Usually, if it hits the body and then hits the
No,
arm,
it's a head. It's
they
off a
don't give
header
it, do
from
they?
the attacker. Heads it off of his hand, basically.
Except when Saliba did against Chelsea, he headed it off his head into his own hand.
Penalty kick. Got penalty kick over in the Plymouth match.
Yeah, that already happened.
He's up 2-1 on Sutton, and woo, that was a really nice. Ooh, and he runs over the goalkeeper.
I gave the Plymouth update 5 seconds ago.
Yeah, Dunk doesn't look too happy. I have a feeling this is going to get a little bit rough here.
Eagles minus 4.5 against the Giants. I need them to win by 5, basically, or more. I've done 49ers minus 3.5 to win against the Rams. Sorry, and the one Gary's waiting for. Dallas Cowboys versus Washington Commanders. Commanders have a 13.5 point head start. And whenever I do Dallas to win by a lot of points, they don't win by a lot of points.
They'll win on Sunday.
So I've gone with Commanders plus 13.5. Now I'm absolutely certain Dallas Cowboys will murder them.
They did it on Thanksgiving night. I mean, that was a bloodbath.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens this time around. So, yep, you're right.
And you got to think at this stage, like, I mean, the Commanders, I mean, they've quit on Rivera. I mean, they've traded away the 2 pass rushers and Sweat and Young. They benched, I think, Sam Howell.
It was racist.
I mean, the name that they are now is just horrible. But it's not.
I don't like it. It's a terrible name. It was better when they were just the Washington football team, in my opinion.
I mean, dude, like the worst name that was ever changed was the Cleveland Indians. They went to the Cleveland Guardians. Like it's some like I don't know, man.
What that means, and like I don't know what it means. You know,
I don't either. I just
so it means something. You gotta
gotta run in here.
I get it, but it's just like whatever.
Yeah.
We got we got a guest. We have a guest, folks. Everybody ready? We got a guest showing up, everybody. Welcome to the show. It's that time. I think it's that time.
Oh,
hail!
It's him.
The Lord Greenwood has joined us.
Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. All these glorious plebs and peasants.
What is that picture?
I love this guy.
That's me. That's Lord Greenwood the Fifth right there. Look at me. I'm glorious. Look at me, my long, lovely hair. It's about 150 years old, but we have to forgive that.
Got it.
So how's everybody doing today? How's my favorite plebs doing?
I think we're doing all right.
Why are you scratching your head, Spencer? I haven't killed you yet.
Well, I'm trying to figure out what's on the back of your head there. Is that a...
That's the baseball cap of the 150 years ago. Beautiful hat. We called it the Scottish Targan.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
I just made that up, actually, but it sounded good.
Well, I would never question you on it.
Of course you wouldn't, because I would kill you instantly.
That's factual. I like to keep my head.
I would behead you like a old fucking mackerel.
Well, at least it's not the garrote, so we'll deal with that, right? Could be worse.
Yes, true. So how's the football been going today? Any upsets in the FA Cup?
Maybe Bournemouth just scored that third goal. So, Mr. Tom,
Serious.
they scored the third goal. Let's see who it was.
You
It
lost all that money,
was Kluivert, Justin
Bournemouth.
Kluivert.
Clivert. I said they'd throw on Patrick
Kluivert.
Clivert. That was what I literally said. They'd throw him on and they'd win.
Isn't that the son of Patrick?
It is. It is the son of former Champions League winner Patrick Clivert.
Wow. Glorious.
You know what? You know when he came on?
I've no idea.
It was 2-0.
Wow.
There you go.
He came on when it was 2-0. And
The wonderment of the FA Cup. No wonder I started the tournament in my backyard in 1872.
the
Why is
Tory
everyone
is
so
here.
quiet?
We are privileged to be in the company of someone who is so superior.
Yes, this Stefan's my favourite peasant from Suffolk. Beautiful, beautiful chap. He's a bit too fond of old. He's a bit too fond of old women at the local cafe who play rock music.
Yeah.
But apart from that,
It was actually founded in 1871 there, Lord. Sorry.
Yeah. And
oh, I was only 1 year off then.
Tory privilege and corruption about to end very soon. Uh-oh.
Corruption. It's not called corruption. It's called privilege.
It's because he's better than you, Stefan.
Just because
Lord
I can
Greenwood.
do it and you can't. then
Exactly. Exactly.
you're a player.
Exactly, Lord. Exactly, Lord. In my role as chief bootlicker.
Yes, you do lick those boots very good, I must say.
Southampton is up 3-0 on Walsall. So games are getting really busy here.
Yeah.
Brighton
Yeah.
looks like they're trying to get that third goal.
It's my favourite
Danny
kind of
Welbeck is
privilege,
in there.
if I'm being honest. Because I haven't really have to put any effort in. Too far.
And typical white privilege is what Russ says.
You can never get enough of white privilege.
Yeah. Peterborough might.
You know they don't make enough movie roles for white people.
Absolutely, we're very underrepresented in Hollywood.
What the? Shut! I don't like. What? I'm like, this is not that kind of show. Why are we lying on here? Never be too fond of old women, says Stefan. Yeah. Say the older
I saw
the berry,
this film the other day, and
older the berry, the sweeter the fruit is the phrase, man.
I saw this film the other day, and not everybody in there was white.
What was the film out of interest?
Oh,
It was called Game Night with Jason
Game
Bateman.
Night. Yes, with the lad from yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Jason Bateman, that's from Arrested Development and Ozark.
He's not. That's not where he made his name, though. You know where he made his name, right?
Jason Bateman.
Didn't he become really well known during Arrested Development, or did he?
He was in Teen Wolf 2.
Oh, that's right, Teen Wolf 2. Correct. Yes.
And also there's others. What was that sitcom he was in?
Oh, I'm thinking of what's his face, Michael J. Fox. He was in loads of sitcoms.
Jason Bateman was in some too. I don't remember what they are though.
Go read
He was in that.
Got a goal coming up.
Silver Spoon or something like that. I'm trying to remember.
Silver Spoons. That's is that Bateman?
Or is that Fox? I can't remember.
Michael J. Fox was in Spin City.
Yes, but back in the day, he started off in that family sitcom, didn't he?
Family Ties.
Family Ties. That's it. Yes. The family gets tied in the basement, and I kill them all. That's my version. White man can jump. We can jump. Lovely, Larry Bird. He made the great career jumping after those orange balls.
Yeah.
It was a good movie. Very good. Very good.
I must say, I did enjoy the music from that film though. With the gate, was it called?
It was in Silver Spoons. You're right.
Yes, you see, my memory is not completely shot with opium.
He was the
I can't
best.
stand
He
Bateman.
was considered. I think he won it. I was nominated for Best Young Actor. So
Yes.
Brighton
Yes.
has scored over Stoke.
Oh no!
yes, they have, and that looks like João something just scored.
Pedro.
João Pedro just scored. There you go. Brighton has returned into a favorable position now.
So Solanke is moving.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Silver Spoons, and it's your move. There you go. White Man Can't Jump. He was not in that.
Woody Harrelson wasn't in that one.
Yeah.
Wesley Snipes.
White men are always the villains these days. What's that about? You guys are evil. Just evil.
It says we're completely misrepresented.
I would argue there are many history books that would answer why that's the case.
New Jack City. That's one of my
Lies.
favorite movies. I enjoyed that one. I don't know
Lies,
the
only-
people in that movie, except for there was one white guy in it. He was a cop. Imagine that.
Spencer kills 22 men in his mines every day. He knows exactly what I'm talking about.
It's actually 14, but we do kill.
Oh, you're improving. Your health and safety is actually.
A little bit.
Oh, wow.
We're trying to avoid prison. That is what it is.
Right. Yes. I'll try and keep you out of it. I'll talk to Biden over there. But it's not easy. He's asleep half the time.
Well, the problem is he doesn't like our coal, so that's what it is.
No, I have to feed him some coal. It's very hard to get hold of him.
Watford
He's so
just
old.
scored against Chesterfield, so I don't. So.
Well, he's talked to him sometimes. He doesn't know where he is, so he's just kind of.
Goal,
Exactly.
Rajovic, or Rajovic, whatever you want to call it. But more importantly, can we say that? Can we just point out that I was 100% correct in how the Bournemouth match would play out? Thus
Oh,
far?
Tom, you think you're so clever, don't you?
I am clever.
He did call it.
Did he
I
call
said
it?
at 2-0 that Bournemouth would win 3-2.
Wow. Has Solanke scored? No, he hasn't.
He's
It's not even playing.
Like
It's
he's not even on the
No.
bench, man.
doesn't wish
Right,
to be cut
okay.
side, I suspect.
You know what the word on the street from Ray, our on the beat, on our beat reporter from Arsenal fan circle.
Yes.
He doesn't want to get cup tied, so he's
Right.
Arsenal. His next stop is Arsenal.
Right. Who was Bournemouth playing again? QPR. I guess I see it
QPR.
here now. Yes. Well, probably they're just resting him. That's what I think.
Plymouth is up 2-1 on Sutton.
He's moving.
Sutton United.
Southampton is up 4-0 on Walsall now.
That's Sutton United defeated
Wow.
Leeds.
We're getting towards the business end of all these games now.
It would actually be harder for me to name the teams in the cup that have not defeated Leeds United in the cup.
Or Leeds are like the village bike, aren't they? Everyone's had a ride.
That's true. It's true. It's true. Some people didn't even wipe their knob on the curtains after.
Oh, look at this.
Why bother? Just
So who's
wipe it in the hair.
Peterborough playing tomorrow?
Have a guess.
People are
who
playing,
Peterborough-
yes, at home
The
against
assembled,
Leeds.
the assembled is saying it. So who do you think they're playing against tomorrow?
I've sent my brother in to do a little trick for against Leeds tomorrow. Don't worry. Peterborough win that game.
I'm just gonna have a look at how many times they sacked and rehired Darren Ferguson.
Did you
the
see
son of Alex Ferguson.
the Forest Green the new Forest Green manager today? He got sent off after 14 minutes.
Troy Deeney got sent off again.
The new Forest Green manager. He's the new manager for Forest Green. His first game today. He got sent off after 14 minutes for throwing the ball away while a player was supposed to do a throw in.
I thought it had something to do with his love for oil. Never mind. Sorry.
He's out
Yeah,
for
their
oil.
new manager's Troy Deeney.
No, isn't it? No, was it Salford then?
Oh,
Is Salford are playing Forest Green today?
Let's have a look.
Salford is, yeah, they are.
So it's a league.
Roy
game,
Deeney
is
is the manager.
So it must have been the Salford manager then.
That's hilarious.
Anyway, there was a new manager of one of those two teams, and he was 14 minutes into the game. He got sent off for throwing the ball away from a player that was going to take a throw in.
You got sent off for
Cole-
voting Tory.
Yeah. Cole Robinson is sent off at 14 minutes into his first match in charge. Yes, correct. It's correct. Yes.
You guys know Alfie Gilchrist?
Yeah, she's my favorite pleb.
He's going to be starting for Chelsea today against Preston.
Well,
Ooh.
we'll
Remember
see
the
how long he
name.
lasts. I've got my little voodoo doll here working today.
That's crazy.
Okay.
Somebody's about to score a penalty.
Yeah, they already scored.
Oh, they already scored?
Yeah.
Oh, it was East leg. Tied it up 1-1. Very, very nice.
Oh, this is absurd. Darren Ferguson joined Peterborough United in 2007 as the manager. He lasted until 2009, where he was then Preston manager for less than a year. Then he went back to Peterborough in 2011, where he stayed for 4 years, before he then became Doncaster manager for 3 years, to which then he went back to Peterborough for the third time, where he was the manager for 3 years, where he resigned in 2022, and then he was rehired in 2023. 4 stints as manager.
Jesus.
And because of how much I hate his dad, I hope we mash him up tomorrow.
Was it what did you say his name was?
Darren Ferguson.
Darren Ferguson. We're talking the same Darren Ferguson who played.
Got another goal. Blackburn up 5-2 on Cambridge. Sorry about that. Nice header.
Is it? It's not the son of Ferguson, is it?
It is exactly the one in the same. It's the same. It's the
Wow.
son of Ferguson.
He must love Peterborough.
I'll tell you, this is genuinely true. They had Man United had players out on loan at Peterborough, and the first time they sacked him, Ferguson recalled them all. Ferguson Senior recalled them all.
Of course, he's punishing them. The old bastard.
Incredible.
There's a video from practice, I guess, today of Eddie Nketiah putting his foot through the ball with his left foot.
Oh, that means he's going to be playing tomorrow then.
I will say,
Should be a goal.
I do admire Ferguson
that was really nice.
Jr. for
Really
keeping
nice.
at it.
What a play there from Sheffield United. The ball, you don't think the ball should get past the defenders, but the defenders did let it go by, and nice touch from the defender there. That's Duncan Ferguson. What was he saying?
Duncan Ferguson's also a former football player who dabbled in management.
So there you go.
He's actually one of the few footballers in Britain to have actually done a prison sentence because of something that happened in a football match.
Oh, so it's not Duncan Disorderly?
He headbutted a player while playing for Rangers and then made a transfer to Everton, but was then basically imprisoned because of the incident while at Rangers.
Yeah. Do we want to come tie Eddie and get here?
There's been a lot of chatter of him going to Crystal Palace.
I don't know why we're not selling. They said they re-signed him for his value, right? Sounds like somebody wants to purchase the player. So do what you do. I think Brighton's going to score again.
Yes, Pedro again.
Very nice pass out there, and nice cross coming in. Goalkeeper's beat. Very nice build up there.
Would it shock you that tomorrow's game between Peterborough and Leeds United is a sellout?
It's a sellout. How many? It's like 5 people, right? So
Like 12 people there. Yeah.
12. Okay. They increased the size. That's amazing. As Brenny says here, he was with a friend who was not looking forward to going to QPR. They've been playing well. He thought Bournemouth would batter them. Well,
To be fair, it's 13,511 in Old Trafford.
yeah, Bournemouth has woken up, as they say. They have woken up. Thank goodness he isn't going to Ipswich.
Now, it wasn't about Ipswich, but you go and make it about Ipswich, all right?
I need to switch this game. I want to put on a game that might be more
Does that mean
competitive.
when that person's saying it into the mirror?
Which game should I
Backing
switch to?
themselves?
I don't know. Falkirk against Queen of the South.
I don't even know what that is. Now you
Scottish
make
League
stuff
One.
up. I'm going to go to the Watford match. It's 1-1 right now.
Can you watch Queen of the South right now?
I doubt they're on any televised
Yeah,
platform.
yeah.
anymore.
Tell him, Assemble. Russ, will it make a difference if he's cup tied or not? Yeah.
Yeah, it will, because Crystal Palace, when they get past Everton, they'd like to have Eddie Nketiah available for the fourth round of the Cup if no purchase is made.
I see what you did there.
Tom has it all set up.
Yeah, he
ready to
does.
go.
So the replay for these matches is what, in 7 to 10 days?
That sounds roughly right, yeah. No,
Yeah,
it'd
it's
be
normally
midweek, I'm
done.
pretty sure.
It's normally done within 2 weeks, isn't it? Normally.
'Cause I think round 4 is at the end of the month. I wouldn't know because we're rarely there, so...
I had to
It's
laugh
a
at.
freak show. That's why it sold out. There you go.
I had to laugh at Tottenham. Going back a few years now, but they had a 40-game season. The whole season, from start to finish, was only 40 games, and that's impressive.
Lost in the first round of both cups.
Correct.
Impressive. Very impressive.
That's pretty good going for a team like Spuds.
Now got a goal over here. Is
We're
that
fish to fry.
Oh, wait
Got
a
a
minute.
goal.
Spurs have agreed a deal to buy Timo Werner.
Yeah, that was a
Loan to
loan
buy.
originally.
Yeah.
Plymouth just scores to go up 3-1 on Sutton.
That's what you get, Sutton. That's what you fucking get. It's what you get for defeating Leeds United nearly 10 years ago.
You still hold a grudge?
Fucking goalkeeper with his fucking pie.
Lots
That
of
was against
goals
Arsenal.
being scored here, people.
It would have been another Arsenal versus Leeds match,
Yeah,
but we fucking lost.
yeah. Russ, we can't do. We already got Havertz. It's only one German stupid deal can be done in a season.
I think they're definitely going to be using Werner then as a forward, central forward, because that's what they're lacking, isn't it? So that's what they're. And it's annoying that they can go out and address their problems and we can't.
So, question for you though: the Chicken Man's finishing and Timo Werner's finishing in the Premier League. Not a big difference, right?
No, I mean Timo Werner had a horrible time at Chelsea, didn't he? But he scored quite a few goals again back in Germany. So they probably give him a chance, see what he's like at centre forward. Maybe. I mean, I can't see him playing out wide again because they've got Son there and they've got what's his name, Kulusevski out wide on the other side. Yep. So I think they're going to play him in the middle because he's never going to be anywhere near Kane, of course, but they need someone like Kane, and probably that's what they're thinking about, having him in that type of role.
True.
Red Bull Leipzig must be thrilled. They've probably managed to make a profit on the same player twice.
Yes.
As Assemble says, well, Havertz isn't the worst play in London anymore. So
yeah.
Timo Werner will have to disprove that immediately. Got 6 minutes of extra time in the Watford match. Got a corner coming in for Watford. A really high ball. Oh, no, that didn't work. He just booted it over his head. Out.
Ipswich beat AFC Wimbledon. By the looks of it, Stefan must be happy. He's probably masturbating profusely at this very moment.
Spence put his hand over his face, just go, "Oh no, you mentioned Ipswich. You've put 50p in the machine. He's not going to shut up now."
That wasn't what I was thinking about, but
it wasn't. But now I've said it, it's across your mind, though, hasn't it?
a little bit, yeah. 50p in the machine and the swear drawer. There we go. Can't speak.
What is it? What a buy option that's not mandatory isn't really a buy option, is it? Or is it? It's a buy option as opposed to what is it called when it's guaranteed?
It locks in the price if you do want to buy.
Yes, correct.
What is it when you guarantee? What is it when you guarantee you will buy them?
I've got a confession, guys.
What's that?
Oh, sorry. What was that? Loan to buy?
Hey, did you hear what Stefan just told you? Don't interrupt him, all right?
Yes. I don't know what he's trying, though, because Ipswich are a terrible team.
We were told yesterday that, Richarlison is fine. There's no reason to get a striker from a Spurs fan. I guess we were wrong.
I think there usually has to be, conditions met. You're obligated to make the purchase, but obviously if he got injured or something, then they don't have to make the purchase. It's that along those lines.
Oh, yeah, obligation to buy. There it is. That's the word.
Yeah, you got an obligation to buy, correct, and you have an option to buy.
Yeah. Okay, obligation. There you go. That's the word.
But I do have a serious confession. Last week, I never had
hear this.
You know what, Mr. Thomas? You sure we don't want to go do this after the show?
Do we need to put somber music on?
I did not have Chinese last week.
I thought you eat it every day.
Oh my God. I did not think we would experience the day that happened.
I went across the road to the Bangladeshi place. And it was
my God, Tom, you absolute traitor.
You better make sure that store hasn't shut down.
I'm concerned about their safety. Well, I'll tell you what I did do, right? Because I was so ashamed of going to a different premise. When I had to walk past Chinese to actually go to the Bangladeshi place. And even though I was across the other side of the road, I was still worried that they would sense me. So I had my coat over my head so they couldn't see me.
He's walking around like a paedophile.
I'm a coward, absolute coward. I was like, I can't let them see me doing this.
Did you put a disguise on? Did you put like an orange wig on and some kind of hat?
I didn't even do that when I was trying to hide my poor behaviour from my third wife. But I didn't want the Chinese to know that I was going to the Bangladeshi place.
Of course.
That just sounds.
You're just being treacherous.
Yeah.
Absolutely treacherous.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right.
Worth it though. It was worth it though.
You should have gone in there and bought something. You just can't be walking. Nah.
On the upside, though.
Sorry, Lord.
I was just going to say, on the upside, though, Tom, when you have Chinese and Indian places in your immediate vicinity, you're not going to have any kind of wildlife in that area, are you? They're going to have cats.
Oh, Watford just scored. Sorry about that.
It's all going to be disappeared, isn't it? It's all going to be gone.
Because you weren't.
Sorry about that interruption there, but Watford has just scored late against Chesterfield. Their fans look happy.
56, we'll pretend.
I love how the assembled is formulating a question to me like well, actually it's not Sam, it's Lord Greenwood V to you pleb. But anyway, I was going to say I love how he's like, I can answer that question. Well, let me tell you, assembled. I'll tell you why. Because I called Crystal Palace yesterday, and I said to Roy Hodgson, "Why do you look like an old wet flannel?" And then he said, "That's it. You're not getting Elise anymore."
My favourite bit of that was actually at the start, because the way Lord Greenwood launched into that when he went, "Let me tell you something." It was like, oh my god, Lord Greenwood's doing Hulk Hogan. He's actually cutting a promo as Lord Greenwood as doing Hulk Hogan.
But he didn't say, "Well,
It's
let me tell you
incredible.
something, plebe," because that would have completed the entire transformation over to the Hogan
Well,
side
he is
of.
the Lord. I didn't expect him to use such terminology as
Listen
brother.
here, brother.
Let me tell you something, brother. Oh,
Hey,
that.
hey,
I
how
couldn't
many
even do
how
it
many
4
kids
times.
did you have with that wife, Mr. Tom?
We'll say 56, because
56.
go with the full bullshit. We'll say 56.
He was busy, very busy.
Wow.
She was busy. I weren't doing anything.
How did it work? How could you be doing nothing and you get that?
Well, his hand was busy.
Oh,
So,
okay. That you.
Science is a wonderful thing.
So it's all about a
It
syringe.
enables
So you didn't
humans
do
to be more
anything.
lazy than ever.
So you just got your arms. Your arm strength was up that year.
Why do you think he looks like Popeye?
Popeye the sailor.
Popeye the sailor man. Toot toot. I wank with my left and right hand. Toot toot. I live in a dungeon. I don't begrudge him.
Blackburn is up 5-2 and wins 5-2 on Cambridge. Gillingham loses by 4 to Sheffield United. Hull Birmingham will be playing another 1-1 there. Newport East Leg 1-1, another replay. Norwich Bristol Rovers 1-1. Plymouth
You don't give a shit.
Bournemouth up 3-2.
I've always felt
after
that
90
Norwich
minutes,
were
we'll
the
see where
more
that
honest
goes.
team in East Anglia.
Watford has completed it. It's over. They win 2-1 late. Stoke down 2-4 to Brighton. And Southampton is up 4-0, or wins 4-0 on Walsall. So we'll see QPR, if QPR can do anything, but that match is probably over soon as well. All right. Were you saying something there, Poopy Head?
I was trying to sing, but you brutally interrupted me, so I can't sing anymore.
It was almost racist, Lord.
What? I can't be racist, remember?
Called you poopy.
How can you interrupt a white man trying to sing? I mean, that's reprehensible.
Lord Poo-Poo Head, come over here and stop me.
I'll stomp you like an old cigarette.
We call him
When I
Lord.
try to pronounce
Lord
English
Poo-Poo Head.
place names, yeah, I'm terrible.
Spencer, my friend.
I can barely pronounce
Yes.
American names. So
Spencer, my friend, talk to me. Why are you so glum?
Oh, I'm fine, Lord Poo-Poo Head. I'm good to go. We should start this, Gary. I'm good. I'm good today.
Special week, damn it.
Got any plans for tonight, Spencer? Saturday night? Any plans?
No, we went to a hockey game last night. And
like a local hockey team, or?
Yeah, it was expensive. It was like $22 to get in for a AA hockey team.
Is that each ticket or
each ticket?
Oh, okay.
What?
It was a good game.
$22 each?
Yeah, $22 each. It was.
It's quite expensive for a local team, definitely. Yeah, I would say so.
I mean, they've gone up in price over the years. I mean, they and it's funny because like some of the fans will be like, they have the social boards and they'll be like, well, Jacksonville charges $35 a seat, and I'm like, okay,
They shouldn't change that either.
I'm like, your point? It's like I love when people are like, well, it's cheaper than this place. Well, it shouldn't be that much to see somebody that's probably gonna be bagging my groceries in 6 weeks.
That's just really rude.
No,
it's rude, even though it might be true. It's still rude.
East Coast Hockey League is literally like these dudes make like $2,000 a month tops, right? Like, I'm not knocking anybody that makes that. So please don't hear me out. But I'm saying like professional athlete wise, like they have sponsors, like they work summer jobs, like you know what I mean. You're not watching Wayne Gretzky out there playing. Like I could definitely tell like a drop off, and it was good. Both teams were absolutely really good. It was better than they've been in the past. It went down. It was 3-2 was the final score. And there was a goon on the other team that I thought someone was going to fight, but I looked at his stats. He looked pretty big out there. He was 6'4", 229. They didn't have anybody that was going to fight that guy. So they had one of the Admirals players got picked on by the guy, and I swear to God, like he had the big goon had his hand on the guy's back of his head as he was like bent over because he wouldn't let him up. And the poor, and none of his, like one of the teammates tried to help out, but yeah, I mean,
That didn't work.
I gotta finish get some of this Christmas crap.
Who are they linked to? Is that team like a farmer team to any of the NHL teams?
So they're a farmer team to the Carolina Hurricanes.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So
Timo Werner his buy option is between 15 and 20 euros.
That's amazing. 15 and 20 euros.
Million euros, sorry.
That's not what you said. I thought you got a proper value. Like it would cost you less to go and watch a second division hockey game.
Yeah. I will give them this. They had $2 beer and hot dogs last night.
$2 beers. Sign me up.
But they were Busch Lights. I didn't drink anything, but I definitely.
They were what?
Busch Lights.
Oh dear.
Dude, what do you expect you're gonna get for $2 these days? Come on.
I mean, I didn't have any of them, but we definitely had a couple hot dogs. That's for damn sure.
Carbonated mouse piss.
Pretty much. Yeah.
I've probably pissed out liquid that had more alcoholic content.
Russ would buy Timo Werner and have him be his butler because
Yes. He could hold your hand in the Asda car park.
Does anyone know the cost of going to see like the Arsenal under-23 team or whatever, 23, 21, whatever?
They actually, you have to pay for that?
Yeah.
No, I don't think. It depends where they go. I think. I mean, I remember watching the reserves at Boreham Wood a couple of times. It didn't cost anything.
Oh, okay.
But that was back in 2001, 2. Yeah.
Would just seem a bit odd in the capitalist society that Boreham Wood wouldn't themselves think, all right, we can make a couple of quid out of this. On top of what Arsenal obviously pay to use it.
It's only reserve football, so they're like, it's just tiny, crappy little ground. So I think they just thought, okay, just let everyone in who wants to come and see.
Well, it's been 2 hours, folks. I know I got to get something to eat. I didn't even have breakfast today. I woke up and was just doing stuff. Next thing I know, it was time for the show.
Yes.
So I think we're gonna head out of here, people.
Right.
Anybody got something else they want to talk about?
No.
Before we go.
So Bournemouth won then.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bournemouth won. Yes, they did. 3-2 on the road. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So as we head out of here, Lord Poo Poo Face, you have the first say.
Well, thank you very much, Gary. It's always great fun to be on here with my fellow. Well, actually not my fellow, but because I haven't got any fellow people here. You're all plebs, underlings. You're underlings, minions, and plebs, and at the best, absolute peasants. But apart from that, it's been good fun, as always, to watch the old football, the old glorious games that I started in my garden in 1871. And you never know what's going to happen in the FA Cup. That's why it's so fantastic. The giant killing is afoot. And yes, I want to wish everyone a great Saturday, great weekend. I hope tomorrow when we play Liverpool that we actually start playing some football again, because lately we've been absolutely atrocious. So hopefully we at least show up to that game would be good. And yes, everyone enjoy your weekend. Everyone in the chat, great to see you guys as always, and have a lovely weekend.
Very true. And Spencer, say bye.
Yeah, I got nothing, man. Enjoy your weekend. Just remember, as discussed earlier in this show, if you feel like a loser, just remember one time in your life you were the one that made it to the egg, so you are technically a winner at least once in your life. So take care of yourself. It's a happy new year. I hopefully we'll find a way to win tomorrow. I just have a feeling we will. I know it sounds insane to say that out loud, but this would be kind of par for the course to go lose a couple games and then go win something like this. So let's see what happens. Hopefully Arteta's made some changes.
Cool.
Yes.
And Mr. Tom.
Greetings. I'd like to thank you all for your time and for supporting Gary in his various YouTube endeavours. And I just want to tell Peterborough, we're coming for you, motherfucker. We're going to win whether we want to or not.
There you go. There you go, people.
All right, Tom. Promotion or the FA Cup? Which one you want?
Oh, you know what? I want both because I'm greedy.
There we go.
There we go. There we go. And as everybody has said, yep, thank you very much for joining us. We'll do this again next week. We'll talk about, I guess we'll talk about this game and whatever else is. I don't know what's going on next weekend. I guess it might be the replays. I guess I don't
There's
know.
still Premier League next Saturday.
There's Premier League next Saturday.
Yeah, the mid-season break, you get split in half. They do it so half the teams play next week and the other half play the week after. But you all get a week.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize how this thing worked. But all right, so there you go.
Sorry, just quick off. For example, next Saturday, you will have. Let me find it. Saturday the 13th. Chelsea play Fulham at 12:30. Man City play at Newcastle at 5:30, and then on the Sunday, Everton play Villa, Tottenham play Man United, and then we've got Monday Night Football with Burnley versus Luton, and then presumably the other 10 teams play the next week.
I didn't know that's how that went. All right. Very cool. Indeed. Cool. All right. So, yep. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll be back. We'll be talking, I guess, laughing at whatever team is playing. Who's playing on Saturday? You said it already. But, there'll be no games on. But, no, there'll be championship games on. But no Premier League games on while we're live. Unless we stay on the whole. Yeah?
Leeds at Cardiff. Fuck Wales.
Yep. Leeds and Cardiff. Hopefully that'll be on ESPN so we can talk about it while it's all happening.
Yep.
But thank you again for joining us. We will do this thing again. Have a good one, and we will see you guys on the next one. And we're out.
Life is a journey. Don't waste your trip. Go to